Hey everyone, TheShuffleBuffle here with another episode of my squad builders. We got another 1.8 mil squad builder coming at you. So first of all, we got Bundesliga team 352. We got Manuel Neuer in goals, 44 grand. He's quite a solid keeper, good shot stopper, got decent enough kicking with 91 to be able to give it to whoever you need down the pitch. We've got a right back at centre back, at the right centre back, which is Lam, 21.75k for him. Decent right back. Probably could have done better with a centre back, but I did choose to put Lam in there. Decent enough, but could have been better. We got Inform Hummels at that central centre back role, and unfortunately for me, he didn't seem worth 226 grand in this particular formation. I feel like in a 4-4-2, he could have been a lot better, but in this particular formation, I wouldn't say he was worth the money. Inform Howdy's at that left centre back role, 43k for him. I think he was worth it. The pace, the defending, heading, passing, he was definitely the best defender in this particular team. We've got Inform Sahin at that left defensive mid spot, 34k for him. He's left-footed, he's got good passing, dribbling and shooting, and he's definitely a good defensive mid. He stays back when he needs to and occasionally attacks, not much, which is what you want from a defensive mid. Definitely would recommend him, especially for 34k. I reckon he's worth it, but not in a attacking mid role because he's a bit too slow for that. We got Schweinsteiger at the right defensive mid spot, 51k for him. His stats are overall good. He's got quite slow pace, but he doesn't seem to matter in game because he's got a lot of strength. So he's a good overall player. Would recommend him at attacking mid or defensive mid, even maybe a centre mid position, as long as you partner him up with someone. We got Robben at the right mid spot, 300k for him, and he is a monster. But at the right mid, I feel like his talents are slightly wasted because he's definitely a better attacker than he is a defender. So I definitely say if you do get him, put him as a right forward or a right wing. We got Ribery at the other wing, which again 670k for him. I feel he was a bit wasted at that left mid spot. Again, I think you'd want him as a left wing or a left forward because his stats are so good and he's a great attacker. There's no point having him as a left mid or a right mid, having them as left mid or right mids. And then Inform Gotze at that cam, 278k for him, and he is a really good player. Not so much a good scorer, but he sets up a lot of goals. That dribbling is ridiculous on him, and he's got decent enough pace and passing to get past people. We've got we got Marco Reus at the left striker position, 12.25k for him. Although I have used him in this before and he has been phenomenal, this particular team he didn't seem to shine. I don't know whether it's just because there's bigger names and they seemed better maybe or what, but I wouldn't say he was one of the best players in this team. And then Mario Gomez at the right striker spot, 3.1k for him, and he was essentially there just to head things down for the rest of the team. So this team cost about 1.8 mil, 1.7 mil in that area. We have got obviously Lam on the 7 chemistry because he is a right back in a centre back position. Other than that, the team is good to go for chemistry. So I would say Ribery was probably the best player in this team. Could be because of the 5-star skills, could be because he was the best sort of at running at people. But he was definitely my favourite player to play with in this particular team. Behind him, I'd say Robben. The strikers didn't really score many goals, which is odd since I do have 2 of them, but most of the goals did come from the wings and the defensive mids. Gotze, as you saw before, didn't have any goals as well, so it was quite a problem trying to score the goals because the strikers didn't really get any sort of good position shots, whereas the wingers got a lot of that. As you can see there, Ribery just running across and getting that into the bottom corner, and that is essentially what this team lacks, is that the 2 strikers need to stay up more. They need to probably score more. I mean, the goals weren't particularly a bad thing because the goals, although coming from the left and right mid, the difference is the strikers don't score as much basically. The team is a really good one. Defense could do some improving because for whatever reason Hummels Didn't seem the inform Hummels didn't seem as good as the normal Hummels, which is a bit odd. But I'd definitely say get the normal Hummels, because he seems exactly the same basically. If anything, he seemed worse. In this particular team, wouldn't necessarily recommend it for the amount of money it goes for, because it didn't really seem like a 1.8 mil team like some of the other teams that I've tried out so far have felt basically. But some of the players I definitely recommend, such as Ribery, Robben, Gotze, and but we are coming to the end of the episode, and I hope you've all enjoyed. I've been the TheShuffleBuffle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.